Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for January 25th. We are looking at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair first. This particular pair closed down during today's session, closed lower, hit previous areas of support and pulled back. We are looking for this pair overall to continue moving sideways, possibly going as high as 83.01, possibly as low as 81.57. Look for some resistance around 82.65. and look for some support around 81.85. Now the Euro-USD pair, this pair moved to the upside, closed to the upside. We are looking for this trend to the upside to continue. Look for it to potentially go as high as 138.32, possibly as low as 134.96. Look for some resistance around 137.50 and look for some support around 135.50. Now the pound US dollar pair surged to the downside, closed lower. Overall still moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 160.95, possibly as low as 156.07. Look for some resistance around 159.15 and look for some support around 157.15. Now the US Swiss dove to the downside. It is moving lower. Look for this pair to potentially on a pullback hit some resistance around 0.9467, possibly hitting some support and moving down to 0.9395. Now as far as news announcements go, we have the Bank of England releasing their minutes at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. No real consensus on that one. At 9 a.m. Eastern Time, the Fed's Open Market Committee meeting on interest rates is going to start. They're going to actually release the FOMC announcement rate decision at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 0.25%. Now, if they change it, of course, it could definitely affect the U.S. dollar and the corresponding pairs that it is paired up with. So definitely keep an eye on this news announcement. It's the #1 market mover in the industry, really, in the currencies. Look for also the Reserve Bank of New Zealand releases their rate decision tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that one is that they're going to hold rates at 3.00%. Now, what's a good way to play the FOMC announcement? What's the safest way to play it? Well, a lot of people will tell you to trade as the news is being released or potentially after the news is being released, but my contention is the best time to trade the news is prior to the news being released. And you may ask how you can do that. Well, you basically trade the fact that the market's going to be quiet to a large extent over the next 24 hours up and leading up to the news announcement. Now, the relative strength index, if you set it to 3, period 3, so you're looking back 3, basically a 3-bar lag on that. And basically what we want to do is have it set to 70 and 30, which is the default or should be. When we close above 70, we're going to look to sell, which would have been in this example right here. So you sell. And then when it closes below, at that point, you're going to look to buy back and also look to buy. Okay. And then when it closes above it again, at that point, you're going to look to sell again. And so forth. So you're basically looking for the market to move sideways and for it to zigzag back and forth. Now, this isn't as good of an example because the market didn't move as sideways as it typically does during or before a news announcement day. You can see here's a day where we had a range that was fairly tight and the market went back and forth. You can see here that buying and selling on these points basically would lead you to profit, and that's what we're looking for, is a counter trend type play on this. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.